everyone. Thank you for joining us. President Trump is taking his economic message on the road as the word affordability dominates the political conversation. The president is speaking tonight in northeastern Pennsylvania. It's the first in what's expected to be a new push to sell his agenda ahead of the midterms. President Trump largely ran on lowering prices. In an interview with Politico, he was asked about the state of the economy nearly 11 months into his second term.
I do want to talk about the economy, sir, here at home, and I wonder what grade you would give your
A+.
A+.
Yeah, A++++++.
Ahead of the president's remarks, CBS News' Nancy Cortez posed the same question to shoppers at a grocery store in Scranton.
What grade would you give the economy right now?
I would think a B-. I wouldn't say it's great. The economy, I think it has much room for improvement.
I would give it a D. Prices are just too high. Everything is too high.
What grade would you give the economy right now?
Honestly, for myself personally, I'd probably say about a good B. Just because my investments are doing pretty well. My 401ks are doing pretty well.
We're definitely failing. We're definitely faltering. We are in transition. I was hopeful that this transition would move us into a better place. I don't know that that's happening.
CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang joins us now. Weijia, the president for weeks called the affordability issue a hoax up until yesterday. Clearly, it's not a hoax for a lot of people. How is he changing his tune?
Well, the White House says he is going to deliver a positive economic message to try to focus on all the things that his administration has done to try to make it easier for people to afford things, to pay the bills. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how he characterizes the affordability issue, because really, Lindsay, even though he says it was a hoax and a con job created by the Democrats, it's also exactly what he himself ran on in 2024 and his promise to the American people that he would do something about those skyrocketing prices that we saw start to climb during the Biden administration. And so tonight is critical, not only to try to connect with the American public, to convince them that he does deserve that A++ that he said, but it will also give us a glimpse of how he's going to try to stay in power, because we know he's going to be stumping for many candidates with the midterms just around the corner. So this is really the big kickoff speech as it relates to the economy. And at the end of the day, that is what voters care about.
Does the White House have any proposals or new policies on the table to address the issue?
Well, they would argue that they already have these in place. It's just going to take time for them to come to fruition. For example, the president talks all the time about his tariffs policy and about how that revenue is going to help people. In fact, this week he said he used that revenue to help bail out farmers with $12 billion, but that fund is actually coming from the USDA. So it's still questionable why he says it's coming from tariffs, but he insists that tariffs generate a lot of money. He's also pointed to no taxes on tips and overtime, and he's floated a couple new ideas too that have not turned into policy, but they're interesting proposals that have to do with revenue, perhaps replacing income tax as one example. The problem here, Lindsay, is exactly what President Biden faced as well, is that when you implement economic policies, it takes time, sometimes years, for that to be felt. I mean, when you talk about the Infrastructure Act as an example, you know, some of these projects haven't even started, so those jobs have yet to be created. And what people want now is some instant relief. And so we'll have to see if the president's able to provide that, or at least reassure people that it's coming.
Weijia Jiang, thank you.
Sure.